Hello everyone, welcome back to NutriZoo Learning. In today's class, we are going to discuss an important topic called the species concept. Now, whenever we study classification, one question naturally comes to our mind. What is the smallest unit used to classify living organisms? Is it kingdom, phylum, class, or something else? The answer is species. In this video, we will learn the definition of species, contributions of famous scientists, Buffon's biological concept, characteristics of species, examples, interbreeding between closely related species, Dobzhansky's Mendelian population concept, and finally, the evolution of new species. Before we begin, a quick suggestion for students. If you are watching this video for revision, you can increase the playback speed to 1.2x or 1.5x. But if you are learning this topic for the first time, I recommend watching at the normal speed. So, let's get started. First, why is the species concept important? Before understanding the definition, let us first understand why the species concept is so important. Imagine walking through a forest. You may see trees, birds, insects, mammals, reptiles, and countless other living organisms. Scientists need a systematic way to identify and classify all these organisms. That is where the concept of species becomes important. So, understanding species helps us to classify the enormous diversity of life on Earth and also helps us to understand how new species evolve over time. Now, let us discuss the definition of species. Species is considered the basic unit of classification. In simple words, species is the smallest category used in biological classification. The word species is derived from a Latin word meaning kind or appearance. For example, when we observe a group of organisms that look similar and share common characteristics, they belong to a same species. So, whenever you hear the term species, remember one point for exams. Species is the basic unit of classification. Now, let us discuss the historical contributions of scientists. Over the years, several scientists helped to develop our understanding of species. First, let us discuss about John Ray's contribution. John Ray was one of the first scientists to use the term species scientifically. He described species as a group of morphologically similar organisms that share a common ancestry. This was an important step towards modern classification. Next, we have Linnaeus. Linnaeus is known as the father of taxonomy. In his famous book Systema Naturae, he considered species as the basic unit of classification. Many modern classification systems are still based on the principles introduced by Linnaeus. And then we have Buffon. Buffon proposed ideas suggesting that species are not completely fixed and may change over time. These ideas later contributed to evolutionary thinking. And finally, we have Charles Darwin. Through his famous book, The Origin of Species, Darwin explained how species evolved through natural selection. He emphasized that species are dynamic and continuously changing over time. Now, let us discuss Buffon's biological concept of species. According to Buffon, a species is a group of similar individuals that interbreed naturally, share a common gene pool, produce fertile offspring. Now, let us understand this with a simple example. Suppose two organisms look similar. Does that automatically mean they belong to the same species? Not necessarily. They must also be capable of reproducing naturally and producing fertile offsprings. Only then they can be considered members of the same species. This idea forms the foundation of the biological species concept. Now let us discuss about the characteristics of species. Scientists study species from a different perspective. In that, first we have breeding unit. It means members of the same species can reproduce among themselves. At the same time, they remain reproductively isolated from the members of other species. Then we have ecological unit. It means individuals belonging to a species usually occupy a similar ecological niche and play similar roles in the ecosystem. Then we have genetic unit. It means members of a species show similarities in their genetic makeup and chromosomal structure. And finally, we have evolutionary unit. It means members share structural and functional similarities and evolve together through time. Now let us discuss some examples to understand the concept better. Same genus, different species. Take the genus Apis, which includes honeybees. Some species under this genus are Apis indica, Apis dorsata, Apis mellifera, and Apis florea. Notice that all belong to the same genus Apis, but each represents a different species. Now let us look at the examples belonging to different genera. Examples include Ferritima postuma, Periplaneta americana, and Panthera leo. These organisms belong to different genera and represent entirely different groups. Now let us discuss an interesting topic about interbreeding between closely related species. Sometimes closely related species may interbreed. However, the offspring produced are often sterile. A classic example involves a female donkey and male horse. Their cross produces a hinny. Although the offspring is born normally, it is usually sterile and cannot reproduce. This demonstrates that different species are separated by reproductive barriers. And then we have Dobzhansky's Mendelian population concept. According to this concept, a species is a group of sexually reproducing individuals sharing a common gene pool. Some important features include mating occurs among members of the same population. Members share common genes. Individuals often show preferential mating. This concept emphasizes genetics rather than just physical appearance. Now let us move to our final topic, evolution of new species. It says that species are not permanent. As environments change, populations adapt to survive. Over long periods, these adaptations accumulate and gradually populations become different from their ancestors. Eventually, these differences may become large enough to form entirely new species. So, this process is known as speciation. Therefore, species are dynamic in nature and continue to evolve over time. This is about the species concept. Before ending the class, let's revise quickly. Species is the basic unit of classification. The word species means kind or appearance. Genre, Linnaeus, Buffon, and Darwin made significant contributions to the species concept, and according to the biological concept, members of a species interbreed naturally and produce fertile offsprings. Species can be viewed as breeding, ecological, genetic, and evolutionary units. Closely related species may interbreed, but their offsprings are often sterile. Finally, species continuously evolve through adaptation and speciation. Thank you for learning with NutriZoo Learning. If you found this class useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next class.